I'm going because it's starting. Okay, welcome everybody to the
Okay.
Tufts Gaming Hub channel. Okay, we're into this game. Quick introductions. I'm John Cheeto, producer, second caster today because today we have a new caster, Rose. Welcome to the stream. We
Yep.
have some Rocket League
Yep.
action. I'll let you go because the game's already 15 seconds in.
All right. Yeah. Glad to be here. Immediately, we've got some action. We got Skizzee going for a goal immediately, but we got a save coming out from the Bearcats. This is the second week in a row that Tough is up against the Bearcats. Let's see if they can do better than a 1-3 score line.
Pretty interesting
We
because
got
they're the same name, but different schools.
different Bearcats. Same name. Uh, Randude going for a clear to the side. Throne's going to try to center the ball, but Skizzee will take it away. Chris going up the side. We got a tight line. Tufts is trying to go on the attack. Chris gets it over one defender, Exia, but the ball's going to stall out in the midfield. Skizzee will try and take it for more help. Randude goes flying towards the opponent corner, but he's still got some defenders on the Tufts half. Chris will take it up, and Throne's going for a shot, but it's weak, so Randude can just take it away. So Diablo over in the corner. Chris is going to go off the sidewall. He's going to get a hit. Randude collects it and sets it off, but Skizzee can't get there in time before the opponents do, but he'll hit it back into the backboard, and Randude will have a clear shot. Diablo makes the save, almost gets the open net, but it wasn't quite as open as it seemed, but Skizzee goes for another shot in the top bar, right below it. Extra will pass it down, and now Bearcats on the attack. Let's see what they can pull out. Skizzee gets it clear off the sidewall. Chris will take it again. A lot of back and forth action here. We see them trading possessions. It's a bit of boomer ball right now. And two of the Bearcats get tied up in the corner, but it looks like there's an open net. Can Randude get there in time? He doesn't quite. Just under the crossbar. A nice shot from Throne. It was a good play. Tufts was on the attack, but couldn't quite get it done.
Tufts getting some good chances early on. Having some good shots on net, but just those little, just being able to finish that can cause such a big difference on the overall outcome of a match. And with like 3 minutes left, Tufts needs to start coming back from the ground up.
Yeah, and we're seeing that Tufts is getting some beats at the midfield, but there always seems to be one defender left for Bearcats at least. So Chris misses the touch on the side, but Randude will collect it. See, again, he gets it overthrown, but Exie is there to keep it away. Now what can they pull out? They're getting a little bit more continued pressure on the orange half. Chris goes for a bounce shot off the side. Skizzee will take it at the midfield as it's cleared away, and Chris is going to go again. Tufts buying each other some time. This is good to see. Couldn't get a lot of power from Skizzee out there, but he passed it down to Chris. It's again stopped by a Bearcats defender. It just seems like there's four of them on the pitch at least. A good shot from Skizzee, but it goes long. Chris should be able to take that away easily. He plays it to the corner. He's going to go up the sidewall. Randude will miss the ball on the goal line, but Skizzee makes a tight save, pinches it out with an opponent. Randude hits it into the side, and once again they have a chance for some pressure. Chris is going to take it up, go for the block, but he doesn't get it. Skizzee will hit it into the corner. There's some opportunities for Tufts to be going for some demos, but they're playing it safe.
Yeah.
Skizzee will take the challenge at the midfield. Randude hits it over.
Tufts has been
Skizzee's going to get another chance to air dribble. Oh, go ahead.
Tufts has been struggling with the demo as well. Maybe they get a chance here. It's being a trend since last game. They don't go for demos and then they get demoed a lot, which continues numerical disadvantages and causes a goal like the one
Oh,
we
and
just
as
saw.
you say that, yep, Exia gets a beautiful double tap. All credit to them. The dunk master, as their tag says. I mean, they dunk the crossbar right there and gets it past the defender. It's well played from this Bearcat squad. Tough is going to need to get on that attack more, maybe be a little more aggressive. Because while they have gotten 2 goals, it's taken them 4 minutes to do so. There's a lot of time in between for Tufts to push on the offensive. Skizzee will take an opportunity right here. Oh, what a great setting and the finish by Randude. Amazing shot. Great pass from Skizzee. What a setup. You can see here, he takes it up, he gets the second touch. The control from there is beautiful, and he beats 2 defenders as they dive for it on the backboard. Randude will clean it up. And suddenly we have a game again. 1-2 with 57 seconds left.
Yeah, when the Tufts team is able to pile the pressure, they've done so many times throughout this game and previous games. They are a very scary team to face, and you know that they can handle they can handle moments of high pressure. Never mind. As soon as I said that, I love this game.
Caster curse. See, it's just about the consistency though. But Tufts scored a goal with 15, 20 seconds. They can do it again. At that same rate, this could be a tie game. They're still in it, but they're gonna need to pull something out of the hat. Randude with a little bit of a team bump, but they recover well. Throne is gonna dribble it back towards his own goal. Meets Skizzee at the midfield. Less the midfield and more so on their side, as Tufts is once again able to enter their half, but Exia takes it away. And this Bearcat squad, one thing that they're doing well is they're following each other up to get those beats at the midfield. So when one of them goes for a challenge, there's that immediate follow. We could be seeing a little bit of a double commit from Randude, and I think that was Chris. Chris will go past it, but this gives Skizzee an opportunity to take it up the sidewall. He's going to try and get an air dribble mid, but can't make the same magic that he did for that goal earlier on. And it looks like Bearcats will be taking game 1 in the series. Any 0-second goals anyone's trying to get for? No, doesn't happen. Well played to the Bearcats. Throne, Exia, and Don Diablo, well done. But we got 4 more games potentially to bring it back. Everyone's readying up immediately, eager to get into it. I don't know if they get a break.
No, we
or if they
immediately
just go
jump
straight
in.
back into the action. That's right. No rest for the weary.
Yeah, but Rocket League usually a very quick stream or very quick game, very quick series. Given that there's usually no breaks in between, teams can usually ask for a 5 minute break. However, it usually doesn't happen given how fast these games can go.
Yeah, and it seems like the Tufts team is eager to get straight into it. Just about everyone's readied up, get back into the next game, and we're going to see if Tufts can get some more of that continued pressure. I mean, you see when they get those breaks at the midfield, when they're able to beat those defenders, especially when Skizzee can carry it over and get it over top the opponents. Tufts can close, they can, but it's just about that consistency, getting that consistent offensive pressure and following up those touches at the midfield. And we're going to get into this game in just a second. Let's see what they can do in game 2. Immediately, Bearcats wins the kickoff, and they're going to go for a shot, but Skizzee gets a nice clear out to the midfield. Diablo can't get a great touch there, so Chris will be able to follow it up. It's going to be touched out to the side, but Throne gets the beat at the midfield. We've been seeing a lot of this from the Bearcats. And he goes for something here. Oh, that was a beautiful carry. You got to give him credit. Throne RL. A great setup. He gets the flip reset. Does he even use it? Oh, he does. Just to get that little extra power on the shot. And despite the attempts from the Tufts defense, he can't pull that one out. And see if we can see a little bit more composure here. Chris is going to take his time. The ball stalls out a little bit in the corner. It's a safe place for it to be for Tufts, but they need to break out just as Chris is doing here. Doesn't quite get the touch, carrying it over back in front of the goal, and it hovers for a second, but Throne had it covered the whole way. Skizzee's going to see if he can make something else work here. Chris takes it up, but isn't able to get a follow-up touch. Randude will hit it back out into the mid, and Exia beats him out in the corner. The problem is he doesn't have any boost. As I said, that he picks up the 100, and Skizzee hits the backboard. A couple missed touches looked like they're in the corner from both teams. Chris will follow it up. Oh, great pancake against the wall, but it doesn't quite get out in front of the goal in time. Skizzee will go for a ceiling shot, and a pass to Randude. That would have been incredible. But it doesn't quite happen. Throne wants to ruin the fun, and instead we stay at 0-1.
Chris with the
But
fake.
there's another opportunity here. Yep, there's that fake out in the corner, gave Randude a chance initially, but didn't have enough boost to do anything with it, and the defender was ready for it. A good stop from Randude, and it sends right back out the other way. You need 2 defenders to stop that one. He'll chase the ball for a bit, but now he's heading back to the corner.
I feel like the Tufts team could have been a bit more aggressive there. I think Randude even not hitting the ball could have gone for a demo here like Skizzee just did.
There have been a couple chances. I saw Chris earlier sometimes hesitating on the sidewall. Bearcats is putting out that speed. And that's why they're getting all these beats, because the players are going with confidence. They're going in. There was a good touch there. Skizzee hits it into the corner. 3-man follow-up play, and there it goes. From Skizzee, he gets the final touch. A great hit. Chris hits it into the sidewall. Randude hits it into the sidewall, and Skizzee hits the mark after the other teammates made all of the not the UC Bearcats, the other Bearcats jump.
Yeah, before we saw Skizzee making the pass for Randude. Now this time it was Randude making the pass for Skizzee, so good finishing there for Tufts to bring back a
That's
level
right.
score.
It's all about the teamwork. When a team is moving fast, one way to beat them is to hit it around them. If you can get that initial touch on the ball, it doesn't matter how fast you are. If you're moving in the wrong direction because the ball's headed a different way, you're going to be able to get those follow-up touches. And it's that aggression coming out. See, we have a tied game now. It was a good solo challenge from Randude, but no one there to follow it up. Can they repeat what they did earlier? They might have an opportunity here. Skizzee almost with a disgusting redirect and an unfortunate touch from Diablo. Can they finish it up? Not quite. It goes right against the corner. It almost goes in. But it was not to be in this moment. Skizzee will look for another opportunity, and once again, it's a single defender. Thought that one might have been an own goal, but it wasn't. Throne takes it to safety, and now he'll carry it up the sidewall. Throne has been doing a lot of work for the Bearcats. A good save from Chris, but it just goes right back out into the midfield. What was that? An incredible double save. I thought that one was hopeless after that first touch, but Tufts is turning it into a counterattack. Throne will get the clear, and he'll beat Skizzee in the air, but Randude is able on 0 boost to make the save. He picks up some small pads, goes for the corner, but unfortunately it's not there. It's stolen by the opponents, but this gives Chris an opportunity to take it up the sidewall. And he goes for goal there, but doesn't quite get it. 2 defenders in the net. And again, this ball is just hovering in the orange half, but you have no Tufts players challenging it. And so instead it just gives the Bearcats ample time to collect themselves and get some boost and get on the counterattack. You have Skizzee making some good challenges, good 50s on the sidewall, and he'll get another 50 for Throne. And all of these are just stalling away, but you don't have more Tufts players challenging it. And again, I think this is really where Tufts is struggling to get some headway, but it's still all tied up. There's still 30-something seconds to go. A good attempt there. It was a good bump that Chris looked for. We were talking about them needing some more of those earlier. Oh, and almost a really nice shot coming out from Exia, but it was not to be. Looked like a bit of a missed touch there from Chris, but Skizzee's there to take it away. Another good touch from Exia. But now Chris has the ball. Oh, with 8 seconds left, Bearcats are going to look to close this one out, but Skizzee denies, tries to get the clear away, Randude as well, and suddenly it's in the orange half with 0 seconds. They're going to want to kill this ball, and they do. We have overtime in game 2.
Tufts has not been able to pull off an overtime for the games we've streamed, so let's hope this can turn out something different.
This could be different, and this is really a must-win from Tufts. I believe they went 0-2 in the previous series before taking a game against the other Bearcats, the UC Bearcats. The reverse sweep, very hard to pull off. But here, Chris doesn't want to have to do the reverse sweep. He wants to finish it right here, and he does! A beautiful dunk. What a challenge.
That was a great 50-50 coming from the side of Chris, bringing that second game, as you were mentioning, for the side of Tufts. We're back level in the series, and now, compared to a reverse sweep, Tufts has headway to keep going and maybe getting the win.
This could be, correct me if I'm wrong, the first win for the season, since it's just been this and the other?
Can't confirm.
Can't confirm, so regardless, Tufts is absolutely going to be wanting to get a win here, establish dominance over some of these CRL teams.
This is Playfly.
Bearcats may be able to beat them.
Should mention
The
that. I
Bearcats may be
forgot.
able to beat them once, but not twice. We get another little break here in between games.
No, we're probably jumping straight in as Skizzee readies up, and now we're going back into DFH Stadium. Is this how it's called?
Yeah, I believe so. DFH. And Tufts is going to see if they can pull out another win. I mean, they were down in the game 0-1, but managed to get that comeback goal and get another. Eggsy is going for a crazy play here. Oh, he doesn't quite get it. Almost unfortunate that, but he runs out of boost before he can make the second touch. Hearn will hit it. The ball waterfalls down and get the demo on Randude. Skizzee will. Ooh, that was a tricky save from the corner.
Very
Randude will
dangerous.
take it off the side. But sometimes that's how you gotta play. You know, Skizzee played patient. If he'd gone for the challenge immediately, it could have definitely just been dunked over his head or been followed up by another player from the Bearcats. An unfortunate touch there. That one was a hard one to deal with. Just wasn't the proper angle.
As soon as
Yeah,
you're
you can.
saying that, positioning, there you go. Random pushing a bit high up. Maybe would have had more chance to block it if they were positioned a bit further behind. But it's just those small moments, that positioning that you pull off when a play happens that can cost a goal like this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And even Chris there looked like he's slightly out of rotation, being a little bit farther up in the corner. So it was an awkward position to get those saves. And Bearcats are not holding back. When they see an opportunity for a shot, as little as it may be, they will take it. So Tufts is going to need to start getting that positioning game down if they want to close out the series. But surely hope is not lost. They came back from a 1-0 deficit last time. Surely they can do it again. And Skizzee will beat it around 2, but no boost to get the follow-up. And again, there was no boost on the side of Tufts. Everyone had exhausted everything, even though they were back behind in the midfield. You know, that's a time when a player is challenging to stay back and look for, if not the corner boost, small pads. And so no one was able to get the follow-up. But it's not quite dangerous, not quite too dangerous yet.
Could have been worse.
Although Tufts, again, it could have been worse.
Saw double commit there.
Yep, but they're holding on. They're buying some time in the corner, and that's what you have to do. When your team is low boost, take those challenges slow. Unless an opponent is coming at you going supersonic, you have a moment to stall the ball, wait for your team to get some boost, and then you can go on a better counterattack as Randude hits the ball centered, but no one there to follow it up. Again, it's just these little positioning errors.
Yeah, it's that
Chris
understanding
gets
that
mid-beat.
the play's almost basically dead and the team just trying to push back, getting ready for defense. But you can sometimes bring out some petroleum out of nowhere. That was one of those moments where you have to be ready to capitalize.
Yeah. And even in the moments where, you know, sometimes you can get a great counterattack play when you are coming back to that defense and doing well there. But Bearcats are not giving them an easy time on defense. We've seen a lot of them capitalized on all the opportunities. And you see right now, Bearcats went for the goal. Skizzee gets a good save there. But Bearcats went on the attack. They all had full boost in the tank, or at least 2 of them did that I could see. When Tufts is going on the attack, it seems like one player exhausts their boost getting it to the other side, and then 2 are lagging behind with no boost at the midfield. So they need to be getting these plays. Again, Randude goes for a goal, but Skizzee a little far back, which lets Exia get the challenge. Throne will go for a goal, and that net is wide open for Bearcats to take it.
Chris a bit further up in midfield with almost no boost in the tank to go on challenge that, basically leaving the goal open net, and Randude's not going to have enough time to go back and puts the scoreline to 0.
Yeah, in that moment, which is when you don't have a second or third man behind you, it's best usually to head back towards the goal, shadow the opponent, try and get a good 50 when you have the opportunity, rather than going for a beat out at the midfield when your opponent is already in the air. It's just these tough. I mean, this is by no means easy to talk about, or this is by no means as easy to play as it is to talk about. You know, these players are having to consider so much when they're out on the pitch. Skizzee will get a good pass out to Randude, but It's not met in the midfield by anyone except for Exia. And he'll hit it over mid. Chris has an opportunity here. Doesn't quite get the angle. Didn't come at it from the best attacking position. But Tufts is able to get some continued pressure here. Skizzee now full boost. Oh, just barely gets it over. That was an impressive save. It's looking dangerous on the Tufts side, but I mean,
Exia getting that read too.
Yeah, that would have been insane. Exia has had a couple great goals this series. Thrown too. Nope, caught another one. Tufts can't see, but we can, that he had nothing in the tank. But all of the shots coming up from Exia are quite threatening. He's definitely making himself known on the pitch. Chris and Skizzee will combine to get a beat over a couple opponents at the midfield, but again, Exia's there, and time again, we just see that Bearcats have that third man. Chris can't quite get the save, and that was a beautifully placed shot from Throne. Top corner, it doesn't get better than that. Quite some power on it too, almost 100 kilometers an hour. And it's looking like Game 3 might be a wash. I mean, I've seen crazier things, but with 14 seconds to go, it certainly doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, and they'll put Bearcats on match point.
Yeah, and there's another one. Thrown with the dagger.
If you needed any reassurance.
If you need anything else. Thrown saying, Exia's got too much of the fun. I want to get in there and prove myself. And he takes another shot to the top corner. And if you're Tufts at this point, you're just got to be thinking about next game. Thinking, what changes do we need to make? How can we position better? Got to be looking for those demos. And looks like Bearcats wanted a fifth goal just for bragging rights, but they'll take this game regardless. And Tufts is going to need to win the next 2 in a row if they want to come back in this series.
But it's doable. I've seen the previous iteration of the Tufts team pull it before, and I definitely think this Tufts team can pull it again.
Absolutely. Nothing is chalked yet. They've still got time, and every game is new. We saw that game might have been a 4-0 blowout, but the game before was a nail-biter. We went to overtime, and Tufts was able to take the first overtime of the season.
Yeah, that's the lovely thing that we see about Rocket League, the thing about how one game might be extremely one-sided for one side, but all of that is basically thrown out of the window as soon as you go to another game, as we are now.
Exactly, yeah. Very momentum-based game. Hopefully, Tufts can get some here.
With an early goal?
As we head out from game 4. A great... Ooh, not quite! An unfortunate bounce. Randude can't quite catch up with it, and Skizzee can't quite get the read off the corner. That should have been a gimme goal for them, but we're still at 0-0. And that would have been great potential, too.
I was about to point out how Tufts always struggles with conceding really early on, and that was a great chance to make sure that didn't happen. But
there's still an opportunity. Now it's all down to how Tufts is able to handle that loss. Randude can't quite get the save here, and suddenly the momentum could have been in Tufts' favor, and it swings in the opponent's. And what these players really need to be doing is being aggressive on defense and a little bit more patient on offense. Hopefully that's not an own goal there. Chris is able to take it away safely, but it looked dangerous for a moment. He's going to take it over, and it's challenged at the midfield by Exia. Skizzee's going to go up the top and clear it off the backboard. Throne will try and take it in the midfield, but just get to pass out to Randude. Don Diablo will grab the ball. We haven't heard his name in a while, but he's going to go. Tries for the goal, doesn't quite get it. And he's going to go for a back pass to buy his team some time. And gets a little bump on Skizzee. He's doing some good work at the midfield. Chris will go for a shot under the bar, but he doesn't quite get it. And suddenly Tufts again is on the defensive. Skizzee is able to get a save off the corner. It was a great save, but he doesn't get the follow-up save. Even with the most incredible saves, you know, the team wasn't there to follow it up. We had 2 overcommits. Randude far on the other side, and Chris failing a challenge right before in the midfield. No one's able to get the follow-up touch away, and instead, 2-0 down.
Yeah, with 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go, and this can be it for the series. If Tufts does not come back, the best thing they can do now is either force overtime or, get something to get that score back in their favor.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is still time in the game, but they're really going to need to change some stuff up if they're trying to take this series.
I feel it's at this kind of moment where you gotta throw whatever game plan you had out the window and just play how you do best, get that chemistry going, and just trying to bring out your qualities in order to bring a goal out of, you know, a goal
Yeah,
out as soon as you can.
this is not the time to be overly cautious and think through what was your game plan beforehand, what were you going to try to do. You need to just go for goal, and Randude does exactly that right there. Gets a shot bottom corner, coming quite fast out of the midfield. No one was expecting that one, and
Right into the
Throne can't
corner.
quite get there. Yeah, beautiful shot. Couple more of those, and there's definitely still some chances for Tufts, and that's important not only to get that goal on the scoreboard, but also it's got to be helpful for the mental, especially that not quite able to get a kickoff goal right there, but it's some immediate pressure for Tufts, and this is what they need. Oh, almost a pass to Randude from Skizzee, but it doesn't quite connect. And instead, wow, what a beautiful pre-flip from Exia, but Skizzee goes for the redirect, doesn't get it there, but Tufts is getting some opportunities, some consecutive opportunities. They're playing quite well. A good touch to Skizzee at the midfield. Diablo's going to try and bounce it around an opponent. He'll hit it out into the corner, and suddenly there's no one on the goal line, but Chris is able to come in from the side. But here Bearcats come with those demos. This is really dangerous. Every time we've seen them come out and demo the defenders on the side of Tufts, it's not gone well for them. But they managed to hold out for a little bit longer here, although boost is dwindling. Skizzee with the most at 36 there. Randude will get another power shot out from where no one was expecting him. And once again, there's a little bit of pressure. There's a clear out from the side of Bearcats, but unless Throne can work some magic in front of the goal line, didn't turn into much.
Chris just a tad bit passive there in the back. Could have challenged that probably and get the ball a bit further back, or a bit at least in the orange side. Maybe get another play going. But it
Yeah,
was
and like
just
I said earlier, it's like this is not the time for your defensive game plan. You got to go all in, and that's what Throne did right there. Skizzee could not stop him from barreling in.
double commit
And
as
it looks
well.
like, yeah, it looks like he got the touch instead of Randude, who could have cleared that ball away, but perhaps a miscommunication. But Tufts is going to need 2 goals in the next minute and 3 seconds. Randude goes for another kickoff goal. We've seen every kickoff. Tufts has had chances, but it's not to be just yet. And a good pass. Eggsby doesn't take the shot. He's playing the patient game, and it looks like it almost worked out for him here, but Skizzy's able to get back. Chris has had time to rotate into the goal, and there'll be a little bit of a pinch backwards. The ball sort of stalls out in the midfield, but Skizzy's able to get a good touch there. Chris challenges at the midfield, but Bearcats is too strong on these 50-50s. It doesn't look like 50 at all. It looks like 70-30s or something about there, as Bearcats is not letting up on the challenges. And again, I think it comes down to that boost management. Every time I look over at the orange half, their circles are full. And it looks like it might be over here unless there can be some heroics out from the side of Tufts. But as Chris misses a touch at the midfield, that is game. And another 3-1 victory for the Bearcats. 2 different Bearcat squads. Same result. Unfortunate for Tufts, but hopefully they can get him next time. It was an all-around good series, though. There were some flashes of brilliance there from the Tufts team, especially from Skizzee with that initial shot, and Randude with some of those power clears on net. Definitely promise.
Yeah, no, very. I think compared to last week, we saw definitely much improved Tufts team, except that third game where unfortunately they fell down 4-0. But it seems that their time playing together and practicing together is starting to pay off, and they're slowly getting that chemistry together, those plays together, that understanding of each other to still, struggle sometimes against other teams when it comes to boost management, being able to close out plays. However, do you see much more consistency in plays like defense, being able to at least keep the score a bit more close and with a chance to come back. It wasn't able to happen this time, but the important thing now is going back to the drawing board and trying again next week.
Yeah, that's right. And the more they play together, the more confident they'll get for those challenges. And I think this is definitely a promising team. I see some good results in their future.
Yeah. With this, that was a very quick game. You know how Rocket League goes. 3-1, 3-2, 5 minutes on time. We go to overtime, but it still takes about an hour to complete a series. So, that being said, I think we should close it out here. Thank you so much, Rose, for joining us tonight. Thank you, everybody who also joined us. It was a pleasure joining you for some Rocket League action. We hope you had as much fun as we did. And there will be more games upcoming this week. Maybe not Rocket League until next week, but we'll definitely have some Valorant, Overwatch, League of Legends, maybe some Rainbow action coming to you this week. So stay tuned. We'll always announce everything through our Discord. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.